What up, what up, what up? Yes, we are back. After like 2 months, it seems like.
Wow.
We are back. Welcome to Pete's Corner. I'm your host, Peter Soprano. To my right, it's not Dre's fault. To my right, D-Money Drizzy Dre.
What it do, people?
And we are back live at Bogey's in Clifton, New Jersey. Come down here. It's good food, good people, good drinks. Listen, they got a lot of days where you can come down here and get some good stuff. They're Taco Tuesdays. They got hip hop
Wednesdays.
They got hip hop Thursdays.
So
come down here. Yeah, exactly. Come down here and have some fun. But we've been gone for a long time. We're both right about Kansas City, so we don't got to talk about that. So let's get right into soccer, actually. We want to talk a little bit of soccer. And obviously, I'm going to easily admit Dre knows much more about soccer than I do. So he's going to be more of the experienced person in this. I'm going to be more of the straight metrics and people that I know from like what they've done and all that stuff. So with that said, we have the Champions League coming up. We already had it start up with the first leg. Second leg starts March the 10th. And let's get right into it. Right now, Atalanta up 4-1 against Valencia as we're going right playing in Valencia.
That's insane.
That's crazy. Like, listen, I actually thought Valencia was going to win. So, not win the first one, but I thought it would have been closer, maybe a 1-2, something like that, not 4-1. So, as we go home, I actually think that Valencia will win the game. I think maybe a score of 2-0, maybe even 3-1.
Yeah, but they're going to need to win by.
I don't think it's enough.
Yeah, they're definitely going to need to win by more than 3, or at least 3, in order to move on, or at least take it to PKs though. But
yeah, they're going to need a lot.
When they played, they made a statement. Obviously, 4-1's a huge statement.
That's huge.
And they put Valencia in a situation where they got to annihilate them, and it is possible because Valencia is a really good team.
Yeah,
and they are playing home, so it's do or die now.
It's big. They pretty much need to score at least 5 goals, pretty much.
Yeah,
they need to really put it on them.
Look, in my opinion, I think as far as this game goes, I think Valencia wins though, but I think Atlanta does enough to be conservative, which could bite them in the end too.
You know what they have to do? They have to win 3-0. Because if they win 3-0, they'll disappear to 4-1. Plus, they'll have more road goals. So they need a 3-0 shutout.
That's what I'm saying. So, I think Valencia wins. I just don't think they do enough to advance.
Yeah, I agree. I think Atalanta will get one goal to make it 3-1.
This is actually one of the games that I'm looking forward to the most. And the fact that they do need the 3 goals, whatever the over is might be on that game. Obviously, the lines haven't came out yet though. But what I would do is consider the over.
Yeah, so right now, the odds are jumping. Listen, this is one of those games where you can bet on either team if you want to bet just for this game because both teams are plus. But if you want to bet to win who wins this whole series between the two of them, between both legs, I obviously will go with Atalanta. For the game, I'll go with Valencia, but for the series, I'll go with Atalanta.
Right. Yeah, that's a pretty solid pick.
All right, now the second game, same day, same time, March 10th, will be Tottenham versus RB Leipzig.
Yep.
This one is already a 1-0 RB Leipzig lead. They got a little bit of a break. They got their penalty kick with Thomas Werner getting a goal in the 60, I think it was like 60th or 68th minute, something like that.
Yeah.
So
that was a good game.
Yeah, it was a good game, and I thought it would be a good game. I thought it would have been a draw for the first leg, but it leaves it wide open for this one.
Huge.
Obviously, Leipzig has the advantage being at home, but I think Tottenham is the better overall team.
Well, remember, they do have a road goal.
Yes.
Which is going to help them a lot.
Yes.
Because, again, Tottenham's going to have to win at least 2-0.
Yeah, they have to put up at least 2, pretty much. Because if they win 1-0, then it'll be even. Then
RB will advance. But,
you need the 2-0. So I think they can do that. This is going to be one of those games where I think Tottenham is going to win the game. It's just, will they win it by enough will they get 2 goals? Will it just be a 1-0 and then, like you said, Leipzig will advance, or will it be 2-0 or 2-1? Because 2-1, they would Tottenham would advance also with 2 road goals. So I'm going to say that Tottenham wins the game, and I'm going to say that they actually do get 2 goals and win it 2-1. What do you think?
I'm going to throw a little swerve over here. I think this game ends in a tie, which will result in Leipzig advancing. I think I could see this game being 1-1.
Yeah,
but
I can see that too.
Or 0-0. It was a very tight game, and Leipzig did control a lot of possession, especially over there in England. So again, that's tough to do over there in Tottenham.
Yeah.
And now the fact that they're gonna be actually no, they're So I'm sorry. The fact that they did that in Tottenham, control the time of possession, and as far as the ball, and we're able to beat them, obviously it takes a lot of pressure off.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be 1-1. Obviously, Tottenham's going to be putting a lot of pressure.
Well, it's two teams that are very even. They're very close. The first game was very close, obviously. And like I said, the one goal was off a penalty kick. So you take away one penalty kick, it's a tie game. It's a very close game. So I think Tottenham just having to go on the road, I think they're going to have a sense of urgency. But it's going to be tough because, listen, Thomas Werner has he's a very skilled player. He's still young. I think 23, 24, 25. He's still a young player, and he's arguably one of the best. Is it 23, 25, man? He's young.
That boy's young, man. Come on.
And he has a stake where he could say he's probably the best player on the field that day. Yes. So it's going to be very tough to beat him specifically. Moving on to the next day, that one will be March the 11th. Dortmund versus PSG. Now, I obviously have said in the past because I picked PSG to win the whole thing before. So I obviously do like watching PSG. They're down 2-1 right now, but they're going home. This one is probably the hardest game for me to call because you got Haaland who scored 2 goals. And if you haven't seen that kid play,
that kid's insane.
He could be the future star of the sport. For the video game, his shooting power should be 99 because he hits the ball so hard. They were trying to say
he's like a combination of Cristiano Ronaldo and Ibrahim.
It's unbelievable.
Yeah, this kid's nasty.
He's 19 years old. He's only 19 years old. And yes, I am sure about that. For some reason, because nobody was, even though he scored the goals, and I understand this because it's America and we want to talk about the American guys. A lot of people were talking about Gio Reyna, who's 17 years old, and he had the pass to him, which pretty much put them up 2-1. But the thing about it is that if you watch that play, he's just unbelievable. His shot power, his skill.
Yeah,
they have such a good young team, and they have 2-1, but they're going on the road. So now it has to do with experience, and this is the situation that they've never been in before. So they have the lead, and they're going to France, and they're going against Neymar. They're going against Mbappe. They're going against Di Maria. They're going against all those people. Can they hold it together and win that? What do you think?
Can they do it?
Knowing that they're usually a good home team, but not great on the road.
Can they do it? Yes. Are they going to be able to pull it off? Again, this is a very difficult one. Mm-hmm. I'm going to say no. Only because, and I think you hit it on the nail with this one, Pete, PSG has a ton of experience. Yes. Now, with that being said, I don't like the way PSG's been playing. I don't like the way
they've always been like almost a fast break basketball team where they got to score a lot of goals, and if they don't, then they look bad.
Yeah, exactly. But their chemistry hasn't been clicking lately.
Egos.
Yes, they have not been playing well, and they've been trailing in games that they shouldn't be trailing in. And
everybody thinks they're the star on that team, and they're a bunch of stars put together. And let me tell you something.
The only reason I'm saying PSG is because of their experience. So I'm giving them the benefit of the doubt. Dortmund, that's a dangerous team. They could go into Paris Saint-Germain and shock them. Don't be surprised. If I had to put money in this game, I'm going over. Whatever the over is, take it. But again, this is a game that PSG should win at home, no problem. But if this young team gets a hold of them at home, forget about it. BVB could advance. Gun to my head, I think PSG advanced, but the money to me is the over in this one. I took the over the first game and I lost. I believe I lost by half a point. The over was 3.5. But like you said, PSG's going to have to come out, put in pressure and scoring goals. Like you said, once they get hot, they get hot.
Yeah.
You know, this game has 4-3 written all over it. Again, either way. But if I had to lean one way, I'm going to say Paris Saint-Germain.
I would say at one point, this game will be 2-0 PSG in the second half. And the next goal, whoever scores that next goal will find a way to win that game. If it was me right now, I would say it's PSG. I think PSG will win the game either 3-0 or 3-1. But it will be I really think it will be 2-0 at one point in the second half. And if they scored a goal to make it 2-1, listen, anything can happen. In the last couple minutes and extra time, anything can happen. So right now, I'm going to pick PSG to win the match and win the two legs. But It's going to be they're going to have to hit that point where they're going to have to say, listen, we have to play some type of defense because if they don't play defense and Dortmund scores twice, I have a hard time believing that PSG is going to score 4 goals because they have to score 3. Don't
get me wrong, they're capable, very well
but their
capable.
Defense is just
yeah, again, exactly. It's just that you just don't know which team is going to show up.
Yeah,
and again,
Silva's got to play better.
Exactly.
Silva's got to play much better. But for all the stuff he's done and for all the battles he's been through, he's got to play better.
Yep, I agree.
Next, same thing, same time that day. Atletico 1-0 against Liverpool. This I thought was going to be another draw. I thought it was going to be a 1-1 tie or 0-0. With Atletico up 1-0 going to Liverpool, listen, Liverpool has their stars. They have Salah, they have Firmino, they have Maine. They have Maine.
Remember he was injured, and the fact that he's back,
and he's
huge.
A great scorer too. So you have all those firepower. To me, this is very similar to the Dortmund PSG game. I think this is the best day of 2 games together.
I agree. If anything, in my opinion, I think this game is one of the games that I'm most excited for.
Yeah. Can Liverpool at home against a good team in Atletico, can they come back and pretty much do what we're saying PSG to do? Now, Liverpool's a better defensive team than PSG, so
yes.
I think that they have a better chance to do it, so that's why I'm going to go with Liverpool to win the game and win the leg.
I completely agree with you. If anything, I have two games that I'm almost certain, and this is one of them. Mm-hmm. Liverpool wins in advance.
Yeah.
First of all, shout out to Atletico de Madrid for, not just shocking Liverpool in the first couple of minutes of the game, but
you got
to realize, something like that. You got to realize, too, that in that game, Liverpool controlled possession of the ball and time that entire game.
Yeah.
And Atletico just showed an insane amount of grit, playing good defense, scratching and clawing. There was a lot of missed opportunities for Liverpool to score and come back.
Yeah.
But Atletico de Madrid, held their own. First of all, it's not easy to play over there.
No.
But I'll give them credit where credit is due. They were able to hold that lead, which wasn't a big one. I mean, one goal could have tied it up. But
it was early. They had to cover it pretty much the full 90 minutes.
And and they did enough. Yeah, and then some. They did enough, to hold on and get the victory. Now you got to go and show me that you could do that. And
put them away
at Liverpool, and to me, that's not that's not
easy at all.
That's not easy at all. I mean, Liverpool is not. I mean, not only are they the reigning champions, but in the Premier League too. These guys have been insane.
Unbelievable.
They just lost their first match after
like 20 years.
It's insane. Years. Now, again, is Atletico Madrid capable of doing it? Yes, because they did it at home.
Yeah.
But they need to show me more than just scoring one goal.
Yes.
And playing really good defense and and showing good grit that they could do it. I want to see them show me more.
If you had to call a score for this game, what would it be?
Oh my God, I'm thinking 3-0.
I say 2-0.
3-0 Liverpool for this one.
I say 2-0 Liverpool.
3-0 4-1 Liverpool. But I think this is my best bet. This is, again, I got two really good games that I'm so certain of. Mm-hmm. Is this game Liverpool? Take them with what the run line, whatever spread the site gives you, and then we'll move along, and I'll tell you the other game that I have in mind as well.
All right, so move on to the next day. This one will be March 17th. Real Madrid down 2-1 against Man City. Man City got a little bit of a break also with their penalty kick late in the game. It was like the 80th or 83rd minute, something like that. So they were able to get that 2-1 lead. Now going home, I think that break that they got is going to help them run away with it. I think Man City is going to win this game. I would say probably either 2-0 or 3-1. Listen, Real Madrid, they're not the same Real Madrid as your kids' Real Madrid when they were dominant. They do have Modric, but Modric's not the same either. He has no goals this year. He hasn't been the same since the last cup. So with them already down 2-1, having to go on the rest of the road against a team that I think that's way better than them, I got Man City completely finishing them off. What do you think?
I agree. I think Man City finishes them off. If Madrid had any chance, I think they would have took care of business at home.
Yeah.
Like you said, they let the opportunity slip away, and
they should be up 2-1 and have the pressure on Man City now.
And I think exactly. Now it's a complete opposite. Now they got to go into Manchester City, and it's going to be very difficult.
Yeah, because you pretty much got to put up 3 goals, and you're not going to do that.
Yeah, exactly. This game could end in a tie, and they still go home.
Yeah.
But the one reason I'm not too confident as far as betting this game is because Manchester City does tend to choke a lot, and they do choke a lot. They choke a lot.
Yeah, but in the 16 team round,
yes, and
that'll be a tough one. That'll be really tough.
But with that being said, again, I like Manchester City. I'm sure they advanced. They have no business losing to Madrid at home. They really don't.
Is it Ricky Hatton a Man City fan?
He is a Man City fan.
Oh,
actually.
man, the binger he was going.
Yeah.
They're going a huge binger if they lost that game.
Yeah.
All right, on to the next one. Same day, same time. Lyon up 1-0 against Juventus, surprisingly.
Yeah.
This one was probably the biggest shocker of the first round to me. I think, honestly, with them going home, I thought they saw that it wasn't their day. They kind of packed in and said, listen, we're just going to not lose bad. They just wasn't their day. All right, we'll go home. Now they're at home. I think they're the stars, Ronaldo. I think Dybala, Cuadrado. I think all of them are going to come out now, go hard at them, score 3-4 goals, and I think that they blow them away in this game. What do you think?
I completely agree with you, Pete. This is my second game that I am most confident in. Mm-hmm. Shout out to Lyon for, taking care of business, as they should.
They did what Real Madrid should have did.
Similar to the Atletico Madrid game, Liverpool game, very similar.
Yes, very.
They scored the goal, they held the lead, and I mean, even though it wasn't a pretty win, it was a win that again that they needed.
Yeah, they needed that,
and they made a statement. But that being said, going back to Italy now.
Wonder if they're going to play in front of a crowd.
No, I'm not sure.
You got all those problems over there in Italy. I don't know if they're going to do that.
If anything, I was reading that they might play indoors.
Maybe fill the place with a bunch of humidity. I don't know what they're going to do.
I have no idea.
There's been events in Italy over the past week, and they've played without no crowd.
They were just saying they were just saying how they might cancel any sporting events.
I know that they're actually considering. They're considering even everything. So anything where the coronavirus is, they've been considering canceling. So
right, but
definitely it's a real threat, especially in Italy.
Hopefully not. And assuming nothing affects it. With all of that being said, just like you, Pete, I'm really confident Juventus takes care of business. I think they come out hot, they come out strong, they get a lot of momentum from start to finish, and this game has 3-0, 3-1 written all over it. Again, I would take them with the spread, whatever the spread is. If it's 1.5, I'll still take it. If it's 2.5, I would look at the total. But as of right now, we have actually the home. Yeah, Juventus is minus 260. Honestly, I wouldn't even mind taking the money line.
Yeah,
personally, if you guys got the enough money or put them in a nice little parlay, take them to win because they have to win. And if they don't, because if they draw,
oh my god,
if they draw, they lose, right?
Oh my god, that would be so bad.
That means they won't advance.
There's no way. I don't think there's any possible way this will be a draw because they're going to go so hard out that even if they screw it up, then Lionel score a goal on a counterattack. There's no way that this one is going to end up being a draw. They're going to go all out.
To me, that's my lock. Again, I have 2 locks, which was Liverpool and Juventus. They're both playing at home. If you guys ask me, I would do a nice little parlay with that. Instead of dropping big money on these run lines, again, that's what I hate about betting soccer is that if it ends in a draw, then you could lose both ways.
Yeah,
you would have to bet the exact draw in order to win money. What I would do, the way I would play, other than the over, instead of just picking straight winners, other than the over in the PSG BVB game, and the Liverpool Juventus money line, what I really do like is a nice 2 little small parlay, a 2-team parlay, Juventus and Liverpool.
Yeah.
Put however much you want on it, and obviously, hopefully
it'll
you'll get
work
a good
out.
payout.
Yeah, it should get a good payout because you're pretty much doing a 2-1, 3-1 with a 2-1, 3-1 odds. So, as a favorite, so
exactly.
Put those together, you should end up.
And if you want to throw a third team, I mean, I personally wouldn't know who to throw in there. Again, a lot of games are closer, but obviously, you guys as listeners, you guys can take the information we're giving you. And again,
if I had to do 3 teams, I would say Liverpool, Man City, and Juventus.
That's solid, actually. Yeah, actually, that's actually right. That's probably the third team that I would have gone with. But if I had to pick a different team, just so that we're not sounding the same, I would probably lean towards PSG. And again, that's an iffy one, but I would lean towards them, and I would give them the benefit of the doubt on that one.
All right. As we move on to the last and final day of this on March 18th, Chelsea. Down 3-0 to Munich, Bayern Munich. Listen, Chelsea's a beat-up team right now. They're a young team. They're trying to get everything together. They don't even have Pulisic playing right now because he's hurt. Listen, this is not much analyst stuff you can really talk about this game. I don't expect them to win it. In terms of winning this game particularly, maybe they win it 1-0, something like that, but they're not going to advance. They're down 3-0 and they're going on the road. There's not really much to say about this. What do you think?
Bayern Munich, easy.
Yeah.
Easy. You want a 14 parlay, throw Bayern Munich in there. Listen to me.
What's their odds? Because their odds have to be. I mean, if you're betting the game, it may not be huge.
They're minus 295, pretty much minus 300 at home. I'm gonna tell you something. Bayern Munich is hot.
Yeah,
they're hot, and they're a super dark horse in this Champions League. I know we haven't discussed winners and all that, but obviously within the next couple of weeks, months, we'll discuss it though. Mm-hmm. But guys, eye on Bayern Munich. They're playing super hot right now. Mm-hmm. Not much to be said.
Thomas Müller is the guy that nobody talks about, and he always ends up being a top player every year.
Yes, exactly. Not much to be said about this one. Munich won 3-0 last one. The reason this isn't, I didn't consider this a lock, even though I'm really confident they're going to win.
Because they're already up 3-0.
It's because exactly they're already up 3-0.
They don't have to really do anything.
I could see a tie in this game, or they could possibly win 1-0. Yeah. But still, depending on how the run line looks like, you don't want to lose by half a point. So stay away from this game. Again, not much.
If the over/under on goals is 2.5, bet the under. I don't think there'll be a lot of scoring in this game. I really don't.
Yeah, I agree. Again, because Bayern have a good. I mean, again, they have a good lead already.
Yeah, exactly.
3 goals on the road.
So they're not going to push the score. So even if Chelsea does come out there and score a goal, then maybe you get one more goal for the rest of the game. I don't see more than 2.
Yes, I completely agree.
All right. So last game of this, Napoli 1-1 versus Barcelona. They're going to Barcelona. I think Barcelona kind of melded in the first game, knowing they just a tie is fine with them because I think they're going to go nuts in this game. Listen, they have the stars. Everybody already knows them. Everybody knows Messi, Rakitic, Griezmann, Piqué. They have all the people. They just need to play together as a team. I think they will, and I think this will be one of those 3-1 games.
I completely agree with you. I was thinking 3-0, 2-0 type of game. Barcelona. Can Napoli pull it off? Yes, but if they pull it off, it'll be off of the errors of Barcelona shooting themselves in the foot.
Things are going to burn down this game.
but they shouldn't. But like I said, they have no business losing that game either. Comfortably, I could say Barcelona will win this game.
Yeah, that one shouldn't be too tough. I think that their stars will come through when it matters. And listen, we haven't even heard much from Messi lately. We could see him put together a goal or two and really win this one. So, With that said, let's move on to the next part of the show. We will come back to you when those games are done in a couple weeks, and we'll come back and give you the picks to move on for the next round. But we want to, before we leave out of here, well, not leave out of here, but we want to give you a couple picks for the Final Four. Listen. This year is one of the craziest years for college basketball. There's no real true top team that's dominating anything. Even the top team right now, Kansas, has 3 losses. Baylor, I think, is like second or third, and they have 2 or 3 losses. Like, none of those top teams are really impressing you to say, listen, this is a dominant team. You got to get through this team to win a championship. Like how a couple years ago Duke is, or how way back how UConn was, and all. And obviously a couple years ago, Villanova, when they won their championship. So they don't have that type of top team this year. So I'm going to give you my 4 teams that I say if you had to put an early future bet to win the championship, these are who I would pick. Villanova, just because of their experience. They've won 2 championships over the past few years. And listen, they know how to get there. So I got to go with their experience. Kansas is number 1 right now. They're a team of athletes. They don't have that one big star, but their team overall is good. So you have to respect what they're doing so far this year. Kentucky is a team that gets better as the year goes on, and it's because John Calipari recruits freshmen all the time. They're talented freshmen, but they're guys that need a couple games to get into it, to get adapted to the system, and get experience. So if you look at Kentucky, what they've been doing, and they're probably they're the lowest regular teams that I'm looking at. They're one of those teams that gets better and better, and so by the time the tournament comes along, they should be hitting their stride. So Kentucky is one of those underdog teams that I think can get to the Final Four or win it. And then the last one is the surprise Dayton.
Okay.
Now, Dayton's ranked in the top 5. However, nobody really is expecting Dayton to get into the Final Four. Dayton and is one of those teams that, just like San Diego State,
I was about to say, we'll just put San Diego State out there.
because I don't think they're as good as Dayton. I looked at their schedule. I look at who they played. I don't think they're as good as Dayton. But I think that those are two teams that nobody's going to really respect them. Probably in the Sweet 16 round, people are probably going to say they're going to lose. But listen, like I said, this year where you don't really see a dominant team, I think they can get to the Final Four. So I think Dayton's a better team. Obi Tobin is going to be a top 5 draft pick. And if he has a really good tournament, he could rise to maybe he's the first or second pick in the draft. So I'm going to go with Dayton as my 4th team that can make the Final Four.
Guys, listen, and just like how Pete said about the Champions League in soccer, that this is his bread and butter. This is Pete's bread and butter, and he's nasty when it comes to future props. And
want to streak with that?
Now this guy's nasty. So
picked out the Nationals, picked out the Chiefs, all with future bets. So I'm hot with this.
So look, I'll tell you right now. And the only thing I will brag about me being future props would be when I predicted the Nats to win in 7, which was insane. But again. I don't know how many times I could do that, but, I'm just giving you guys a fair warning. My top 4 real quick. Look, Baylor, in no particular order. I like San Diego State. I actually like Gonzaga. And I got to go with Kansas.
Listen,
I like Gonzaga.
Listen, I have no problem. Listen, I only have a little bit of problem with Gonzaga. It's that they were the little team that, they can make it to the Final Four. They're really good. And now that they're considered a good team, they're not even considered a small team. They never make it to the Final Four. When are they? For all these years that they're always ranked in the top 5, they're always a number 1 or number 2 seed. When are they going to finally win something? They don't do it. That's the only problem I have with Gonzaga.
They just like being there.
That's what it is. Yeah, it pretty much is.
Being there.
Yeah, if they make it to the Final Four, that's their championship. We go home. That's pretty much what it is with them. That's the only problem I have with them. Now, my fault. What was the 4th team you said?
The 4th team? I said Baylor, San Diego State, Gonzaga, and Kansas.
Kansas, okay. Gotcha.
Everybody's falling for the Kansas.
Listen, you know what? I know I admit this, and I'm probably going to change it by the time the tournament comes around because I've always said this about Kansas. I said if they're ranked as a number 1 or number 2 seed, they're not going to make it to the Elite 8. If they're ranked as a 3 seed, 4 seed, or lower, they'll probably make it to the Final Four.
The lower they go, the higher they're going to go.
Exactly. That's exactly how it goes with Kansas. So with that said, I think Kansas right now is for it, but when we actually make our picks on March 18th, right before the tournament starts, we're not sure if we're actually going to pick them. But with that said, that was our show. That was our return show at Pete's Corner. Go out there. Like I said, all those Champions League games starts March 10th, so you got a couple days before you can make all those bets. And we got our Final Four quick picks in there, so you can, if you want to make some future bets, go and look it up. It's a good year to make bets for that because there is no real number 1 seed.
Yep, that's right, guys. So look, stay tuned to that. Stay tuned to Two Dudes in a Mex coming right up. And again, interact with us on Two Dudes in a Mex on Twitter. We're very active on that one. So again, any questions, any thoughts you guys want to throw our way, go at it. Like I said, we're coming back. Feels good to be back, guys.
We will be back with you next week.
And Hav's with us, so
yeah, Hav is here. So we will catch you next week. Give you our picks next week as we get ready for the conference championships in the NCAA. Peace out, guys.
Peace, people.
And all the pretty chicks all wanna